Hello everyone, welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. Last time, we did a lot of stuff, but we ended at Will's treehouse, and we did like a entire cryptid hunt thing. But one of the things we learned last time was that Charles is probably in this Gatorman fortress. As you pick your way through the muck of the swamp, you encounter one of the newfangled diagonal half boxcars. Wait a minute, there's no such thing as a diagonal half boxcar. It's just a regular boxcar, half sunk into the swamp. Sure, we'll get sidetracked immediately. That is the nature of this series. This looks very dangerous. Climb in anyway. These poetry books are all full of slant rhymes. This would fail a railroad safety inspection for at least 2 reasons. You're perplexed by the hobo's decision to sleep with its head pointing downhill. Yeah, yeah. It's a diagonal hobo, although I suppose from your perspective he looks normal. Oh, hi, sorry, I didn't know anyone was living here. I suppose I should stop being surprised by that. That's quite alright. I'm Pepper's Dolphin. Welcome to my humble abode. Thanks, I'm SkylaWuzHere. Nice boxcar you've got here, apart from being a little steep. Steep? Oh, yes, you know, I've grown so accustomed to the tilt I hardly notice anymore. Apart from when I try to play marbles. Your game must be really going downhill. Yes, quite. Your accent is different from most hobos I met. Well, my family's from old money, see? How old? Old enough that it all turned to dust and all that remains is a rambling old manor house that I can't afford to maintain, so I decided this would be a splendid opportunity to expand my horizons. The horizon's typically a bit more level. Why are you living in a boxcar in a swamp? To be honest, it's been difficult to part with the old estate. This is as far as I've been able to get before homesickness gets overwhelming. Oh, how bittersweet. Indeed, I wonder, could you spare the time to help me? Yeah, I could be done with the place if I had a proper souvenir, specifically my father's collection of antique padlocks. And you can't get them yourself because of the memories? It's more of a lack of memories. I've forgotten where the keys are. Sure. There are 11 locks altogether. Except they won't actually be all together, will they? Afraid not, no. Here, I'll mark the location of the house on your... Is this a sponge? It's also something I should tell you about the house. Oh good, here it comes. I just wanted to let you know there aren't any ghosts haunting the property. There aren't any? That's correct, not a one. My family never suffered any violent or traumatic deaths. This is something you felt you had to warn me about? Not really a warning as such, I just thought you might like to know. Huh, well okay, thanks. I'll be back with your 11 padlocks. Okay, yet another side quest to add to the... We're gonna do a second side quest episode at some point. But I don't want to go do that right now. So Professor, where are you from originally? Well, I've spent most of my life in their eastern colonies. However, I was born in London in 1666, actually, the year of the Great Fire. Not my fault, I was only a baby after all. Well, I wasn't. Incidentally, were you aware that the majority of damage caused by the fire is born of fear? Fire is merely rather angry and excited air, you see. Angry and excited air, you see. A firm attitude and unwavering countenance does wonders against it. It doesn't seem real, Professor. I suppose it also helps that I've consumed so much asbestos that my beard is nearly 70% composed of the stuff, but I assure you, attitude is everything. Professor Adams gains 3 hot armor. Oh my gosh. We've got 269 XP! I want to see... increase meat drops. Further upgrade Piano Crush. Ooh, yes. Let's upgrade Jazz Hands. You hold on tightly to the book, letting it shake your hands until you become worried you'll also develop a case of Jazz Eyes. Jazz Hands has been upgraded. You go to put the book back in your sack, but your shaky hands cause you to drop it in a bonfire instead. Oh well. Okay, we could get Orchestra Strike. Piano Crush. hot armor. I feel like we use Orchestra Strike a lot. Oh no, Piano Crush is smarter, because that makes it deal more damage, and yeah. You read the book again more slowly. The knowledge that pianos are heavy has been honed. You now know that pianos are really heavy. Piano Crush has been upgraded. In an effort to move it closer to what you assume is an intended audience, you donate the book to a nearby preschool. Okay, we now have 94 XP. Can any of that can be done to 40. Strike can't. Let's increase our Treasure Shield for Spore who starves to death because it's too cold to build a fire. The narrator concludes by saying they would never have gone exploring somewhere like that. Skill created 54. Yeah. Got some more hot armor. And let's get at some more sleeves armor. Then she hunted back to the kitchen and said, I have it without the lettuce. Yikes, you wouldn't want to admit you understood that one. There's still a lot of filth to wade through here. Alright, great. These Gatormen aren't doing enough damage to each other for it to seem like a real fight. Either they're just sparring or this is how Gatormen arguments work. Either way, they aren't paying any attention. Let's sneak past them. Oh, we can't. We don't have nearly enough stench armor. Yeah, we have to fight them. Carefully sneak up behind the Gatorman, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And you step on a screaming eel, one of the more aptly named forms of wildlife epidemic in this area. Whom a trespasser! Sound alarm. Hey, hey, alarm! Kill human! A couple other Gatormen rush out, not wanting to miss the chance to kill a human. Now! Turt, you heal yourself, mate. Okay. So I have 4 AP. Let's set up the sax. Let's set up the flute. Let's increase my moxie. Drop a piano on you. 29 physical. I'm just gonna do that because that. Ow. A lot of damage. Throw that and hope he dies of poison. Adams. Oh gosh, Turt is almost dead. Okay. The Rage Jerk is dead. That's important. Alright, I don't regen AP right now. No, Adams! Oh gosh. What? Healing? Oh, a lot of weird stuff. Heal myself for 5. Because that's something. 21 stench. No. Okay, so I kill you because you'd kill me otherwise. And then that will kill me. Awesome. You won! Who said frontal assault on an enemy fortress was a bad idea? Sun Tzu shows what he knew. You equals your mysticality once per fight. Ooh, fun. Yeah. Gator Punch. They drink it, but they. And Adam gave us more XP. Alright. Oh gosh. Forge, presumably for hammering on terrible gator metals. These gatormen are exercising and block your way to whatever's at the end of the hall. Presumably it's something important, because the end of the hall is where the important stuff usually is, right? Shoebox is waterlogged. A real surfeit of nouns. There are some shoes in here. Some big, wide loafers. Widens your gait. This is either a pair of shoes for 2 people or 2 pairs of shoes for people who only like to wear 1 shoe, but on both feet at once. Awesome, we're crab walking. Rusty chemical barrel. The barrel says chloroform. We're gonna fish in the chloroform. Why are we getting fish from this? Oh my gosh. Caught everything in there. Loose length of rusty chain. Awesome. I see what you're going for, and sure, filling the place with chloroform cubes would knock out all the guards, but it would also knock you out. Oh, and the water you're standing in is almost knee deep. You can double check your to-do list if you want, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have drown scheduled for today. Oh yeah, Okay, we'll get these guys first. Okay, there's a rage jerk. So I do 24 to him. Because these guys are bad news. 5. And then I'll add flute to the soundtrack. And kill the rage jerk, because those guys are really dangerous. You can poison that guy. The other guy's just gonna eat a shroom. Add more poison to that guy. Adams, no! Alright. You won! Now collect their collective noun can be losers. Awesome. Ooh, cool. Gearman hides. Charles! He's in a cage. It's a cage with Charles in it. Charles! Shh! They'll hear you. Oh, right. Boy, am I glad to see you, kid. Thought I was a goner. You're the adventuresome type and all. You know how to pick a lock? Only with the appropriately shaped key. You'll have to get it off their leader, I think. Leader, then. I think his room's down at the other end of the hall. Okay, I'll be right back. Remains of an awful, awful meal. One of those fridges, you know, the ones hanging on big rusty chains? Chain wasn't attached very well and the whole thing comes loose. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Nasty place sticking on the wall probably leads to the outside, but ugh, you'd rather fight a whole horde of Gatormen than have to crawl through that thing because it smells terrible. It would be nonsensical and cruel to ring the dinner bell without making dinner first. Not such cool and cruel as the Gatorman standard of behavior. Let's not sink to their level. Prepare a feast. Why are you kidding? All the food here is days old meat with bites taken out of it already. You die. Not for me, for the Gatorman. Oh, okay, I get you. Well, there are some big haunches of some sort of carcass thrown about. If you can lift those onto the table, you might have the beginnings of something. Prepare for the feast. You poke around the cupboards, pulling out everything you can identify as maybe being Gatorman food. It would mainly telling the difference between old lumps of meat and old lumps of mud by whether it's got bones sticking out. Since you don't know whether the Gatorman would avoid food with mold on it or consider it an essential slice, you can compromise and only scrape half off. Then you place all of that onto the table and garnish it with a sprig of parsley. Hopefully this will hold the Gator guard's attention for a while. Bon appetit. You bang on the bell with the discard bow and then crouch next to the door. The gamer guards all stream in and immediately start fighting on who gets the juiciest lump of whatever those lumps are made of. And don't notice you sneaky out into the hall. Sneaky, sneaky. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. One less annoying fight to do. Hey, go away! Do you think Gatorman's taste in books is as bad as everything else about them? Keeping the... Ooh, making the most of your stabbings! Grants a combat skill Knife in the Dark. You skim the book, there's so many places to stab a person that it never even occurred to you. You get a skill, Knife in the Dark. Deal 25% of an enemy's max HP and physical damage. Pretty good. There's some diagrams on the back that show most of the painful places to stab each of the most common categories of stabbing victim. You could memorize it, but it takes some effort. If you do, it'll deal additional 10%. Oh my gosh. That's not bad. Getting 35%. The hole that leads down to a massive underground chamber. Real seat of power. Flush. Oh wait, I could actually just increase that now. That's probably not a bad idea. You study the weakness of your future foes until you're confident you're the best stabber you can be. Knife in the Dark has been upgraded. You practiced your stabbing on a nearby tree, but you don't have a knife handy, so you use the book instead. It's destroyed in the process. Great. Awesome. Okay. Private property scram. I don't know what this object is, but wait, it's got blood all over it. It's an altar. Oh, where'd he go? Weird pedestal, touch it. It's kind of like the weird obelisk. Serious, go away. Stuff from west of Loathing. Whatever this is extremely broken. Try to fix it. All of these blocks are clearly trying to move in a way that makes sense. They must have just gotten knocked out of alignment. Realign them. You move the blocks around relative to each other until they start moving in a more satisfying pattern. Assuming you're a person who thinks a smooth circular pattern is more satisfying than juddery spark used to be chaos. Surely everyone is that kind of person. That has to be right. Device seems less broken now. Use it. Ow. Good grief, you wouldn't have fixed it if you knew it was going to be so ungrateful. You've been blasted. You got a perk Ziggurat power. You've been blasted with a bunch of ancient lasers, and it has awakened the ancient laser power concealed in the mitochondria of your cells. You use 3 different additional combat items per round. Okay, fun. Touch a pedestal. I warning, kill you. Is this some kind of ancient temple guardian or something? It's shooting out a bunch of tightly focused beams of light that science doesn't yet have a name for, but which you could probably assume you don't want touching you. Avoid the beams. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. That was a weird pedestal. Touch it. You worst. I destroy. Goliath kill. Oh. Wow, geez, this really did a number on this guy. Search the puddle. You poke around in the mulch until you find something that looks more or less like an old iron key, except sort of kind of blurry. It sizzles and twitches in your hand as you pick it up. The cursed key. This has to be the key Charles mentioned. Look at that hulking Goliath at the end of the hall. There doesn't seem to be anything beyond it, and it looks like it could squash you in an instant. Best go back and unlock Charles. You make your... No! I wanted to fish in his puddle! Game, you don't get to decide whether or not I can not fish. I have a fishing desire, and it shall be satisfied. Messing with this thing did not end well for the Gamer in Chief. Doesn't look like it's gonna end well, particularly for you either. I kinda wanna try to fight it though. Just to see. Got a humidic acre. Waste not gator blood. Waste not want not gator blood. Great. Really? You've already got the key. You don't need to go toe to toe. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do the whole fourth wall thing everybody's love. This is a super hard optional boss fight. Not at all balanced. We didn't even bother to test whether it's possible to win. It is, and I'll show you. Hey, SkylaWuzHere, who we're fighting? Great. Saxophone. Oh, it's got over 1,000 health. Let's see. Immune to bleed, poison, and on fire. It's got 4 physical armor. It's got irritable, really? A nuclear bomb. Well, I gotta use knife in the dark, really. Alright, fine. Hence power up, increasing all its stats. Oh, jeez. Let's throw a rusty cola can at it. I really wish I could regen AP right now. Gosh. It being irritable is so cruel. I'm gonna prevent it from acting. Summon a tentacle. Decrease its stats a little bit. We're doing surprisingly well. I should have just knifed it a bunch. Because knife does based on max HP, right? Yeah, the knife in the dark would have killed it. We're not getting this down anytime soon. I should have been smarter about this. Ow. Yeah, just kill me. Okay. I can do this, I just need to be smarter. So. I will put up that just because. But I do just need to knife it. Oh, I can't continue to knife it. Oh. Great. Okay, I didn't realize I could. I didn't see the thing that meant that I could only knife it once. Yeah, because otherwise I could knife every enemy to death. Because I could just be like, knife, 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 knife. 35% of your health, 35% of your health, and now you're dead. Now. Unlock the cage. Found the key? I think so. It's kind of weird though. Yeah, I don't like the looks of that at all. I bet dollars to donuts it's the artifact we're looking for. It couldn't possibly be the key to this random Gatorman cage in the middle of nowhere then, could it? Well, it might have been some random key, had some key related powers. Normally I advise against using it, but I don't see anyone out of this mess. Yes, here we go. The key shifts unpleasantly in your hand, buzzing and clicking through the jerky slideshow shapes as though searching for the particular slice of a higher dimensional object that will fit this lock. When it finally finds the right one, it jerks forward in your hand and twists, and the lock clicks open. Your hand feels numb. Thanks, SkylaWuzHere, though thought for sure my bacon was well and truly fried. Don't mention it, Charles. Let's get the heck out of this dump. With no further cause to stick around, apart from any unfinished side quests you might have, you can always come back for them later. You escort Charles back to town. Yeah. SkylaWuzHere, you found the cursed artifact and brought Charles back home safely. I can't express how grateful I am. I don't know what we'd do without him. Thank you so much. Well, it wasn't nothing, but you know. Yes, I get it. Don't forget to uncurse that thing before you go to bed. This key seems like it has the power to open any lock. That could be extremely useful. Would it really be all that bad if I didn't uncurse it? Well, I'm not gonna drag you into the machine and force you to do it, but yes, I don't actually know what would happen if you don't uncurse it, but I assume it would be pretty bad. Look, you uncursed all the other things, right? Yes. Great, so go ahead and uncurse this one too. Better safe than sorry. Yeah. I would like to... I guess it's... Well, sure, probably. I'm not gonna do that, because that's... Yeah. He jumps off the roof of the dome and sticks there, shaking and keening. That's the sound keys make. Against the metal, the lights in the store whine, flicker, and then cut out completely. Dang it, wait it out. Only when the power is out does the key calm down. Give up the most odious part of itself to the machine and drop back down in your lap. Light returns to the store. To fix it, we had a spare light bulb under the cat. You got an uncursed key. Plus 30 to item drops. Cool. Key's curse lingers in the machine. Let's go. I've assembled everyone just as you asked, Detective. The victim's wife, the two men who were present in the passenger car at the time, and the two men who were present in the passenger car at the time. I confess the truth of this murder continues to elude me, but no doubt you are soon to enlighten us with your great power of deduction and observation. Can I inspect the body again? No, that wouldn't be fair to the other passengers who haven't had a look yet. I see. Well, I will tell you what I know. At 11:13 a.m., the professor dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. At the time, Mrs. Ryokenshi and Mr. Adretti were the only other passengers present in the car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave up to your deduce, Detective. I need a moment. Interesting. Yume Ryokushin, the victim's wife. Martin Perry, youth. Train coroner. Okay. Niccolo Adretti, businessman. Andretti. I told you I'd never even heard of the man. I know Berkerworth College, of course. It's an excellent institution, but I didn't know he was a professor there. Now come on, let's not delay our journey any further. I'm traveling with 19 suitcases of exotic rubber to make new and exciting wheels at the factory. Detective mode. You observe closely to see what you can deduce. Exotic rubber, eh? No doubt from the jungles of Almodovar. There's a local brand of nicotine I smell on his collar. Of course, the rubber plants. Almodovar don't just yield material for bouncy tires, but an odorless poison, lethal when drunk in hot tea. But why would this man abet the murder of a stranger? I suspect the answer lies on the resume on the table, and the name printed on it, Martin Perry. Yume Widow Ryokenshi, dabs her eyes in the handkerchief embroidered with the words mourning rags and riches wipes. A moment's privacy, detective. I had nothing to do with my husband's death and no reason to want him to on. He was a kind man and not a rich one. Everything he made, he spent on the roulette tables. He owned over 700 of them. That's the largest collection in the world. We were traveling to Yorba Linda so the mayor could give my husband the key to the city. That won't happen now. Detective deduced that you should make some observations. Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct one. She says she has no reason to wish her husband dead, with a chemical stain in her cuticles and the fingerprints on the window above, which she opened to disperse was of the murder weapon, tell the tale more truly. But the nose reveals even more. Observe the zigzag pattern in the middle cleft below the nostrils. It's called Petrie's philtrum. It's a rare genetic condition she shares with Martin Perry, her son. Martin Perry youth. The young man is absent-mindedly, but methodically disassembling and reassembling a fountain pen. It's as I said. Yes, the man was a professor of mine at Burgerworth College. And yes, he gave me a C and a D, but that's no reason to kill a man. Wouldn't you agree? Besides, at the time of his death, I was in the laboratory, trying to figure out what to do with all the bits and pieces do. The perfect alibi, wouldn't you agree? Detective mode. Deductive observations weighing about your mind. He is right. A mere C and a D are no reason to kill one's professor. The whole story? Observe how the boy tinkers with a fountain pen. In the training laboratory, he fancies himself a mechanic, but he wouldn't get a foot in the door of that profession if his C and D stood for car dunce. Nobody would be able to hire him, unless the professor who awarded those economist grades died. In that event, every grade he ever gave would be voided, and he still managed to take a plum job in a car manufacturer and start earning the big bucks. Right. Train corner. Yes, detective. Tell me again what you know. I've solved the murder. It's never in doubt. Now tell us what happened here. The victim was poisoned by... I mean, the obvious joke one is you, but... Martin Perry. Hold on now, that's Claptrap. Everyone, that's Claptrap. Please, it won't become clear. With... exotic poison from the Almodovar rubber tree. To void his cardon's grade so he can make tires for Mr. Andretti. The victim was poisoned by Martin Perry with exotic poison from the Almodovar rubber tree to void his cardon's grade so he could make tires for Mr. Andretti. No, you're a donkey. I'd give a D for your dope. Careful now, don't be a fool. You were gifted with great powers great powers of abduction. Okay. Dropped dead, poisoned by Yume. With the exotic poison to avoid the Cardons. Oh! Did I not do that before? Okay. Young Martin Perry's dreams of working on cars and his fresh ideas excite Mr. Andretti, who runs a tire factory. But Master Perry's professors has effectively blacklisted him as a car dunce, unemployable. What to do? Kill the professor, of course, and avoid that odious grade. Here, the plot becomes most wretched. Master Perry's mother, Yume Ryokenshi, marries the professor and arranges for him to be present on the very same train as Master Perry and Mr. Andretti, who supplies an undetectable poison administered by Mrs. Ryokenshi. And voila! No more professor, no more cardons. There's one thing three conspirators do not count on: me. I'm not ashamed. Any parent, sir, would do the same. As would any manager seeking new talent with interesting ideas about tires. You call someone a cardons, you're branding them for life. You're responsible for anything that happens next. How awful, the three of them in it together. Tell you what, detective, the next stop they can all get out and take the bus. Sick business. Quite so, but a wonderful feeling. I think to be possessed of great gifts, great powers of deduction and observation, use them. Here's another gift, call it a reward. Mysterious owl ring, a gift from a train coroner in a dream or something. Take the ring. Nice ring, isn't it? Look what rewards accrued to the powerful. Look how the world itself reveals it in your touch. I must take my leave. Curse remains unresolved. A detective, I poisoned my husband. Oh, but spare me the reproach when you do the same. Confess, detective, I supplied the poison that killed the professor, but wasn't it worth it? Look, there's resume. Hey, bouncier, globular, backwards. I did it so I could hire Mr. Perry. Feeling as good as the papers say, detective. To sniff out that my C&D grades stood for cardons. Yes, I put the whole plot in motion. Of course I did. It called cardons ruined my shot. Career. Selfless murder. Yes, I know. Wait, what are you getting at? The victim was poisoned by Yume with exotic poison to avoid the thing. What are you doing, detective? You already solved the case. You were given great power and you used it. Know your answers. Smushed by you with an oversized mallet to shut him up. Fool, fool, it gave you great powers of deduction and observation. They gave you the powers to bend back the skin of the world and sniff up its insides. How dare you waste it? You really want to live without power. You really want to live in the dark. Yes. You're a fool, and I wouldn't sully that ring on the figure of a fool. Give it back now. You don't deserve it. I uncurse you. That's what I need to do. So, did that curse effectively try to bribe you into not destroying it? That's a little disconcerting. You look at the key that once harbored its shadowy magic, it shimmers. 50% item drops. Back your finger in pockets, no mysterious owl ring. You are reminded of the great figures of history who wielded incredible power and chose to give it up. You can't think of anyone specifically, but the concept is interesting. Someone famous who gave up great power. He's not famous, but my dad never eats more than he needs to at a buffet. I don't remember where I read this, but there's a rumor that Anne Boylan had access to a tank but chose not to use it. No need, she said. And anyone else who else had a tank? Walt Whitman. Cool. This is just more useful, but okay. Time to pick the fourth store. Right. Applicant is Rodkin's Fine Jewelry, a jewelry store could really class up. Truncheons and bludgeons. It's 10 things I hate about you. A hat store. A hat about you. Jewelry, sure. You set out the bird bath bar Yargate gave you. Lucian happily flies over to you and starts splashing around. Sweet. You set up Flumberg's tiny workbench on your desk. Time to get to tiny work. You find a hook on one of the ceiling beams and hang up your new refrigerator. Cool. Fridge is fully stocked with terrible Gatorman beverages. Awesome. Lucian is frolically happy in the bird bath. Go Badgers. Fortunately, no shows have been invented yet. Dang. Tiny tools are waiting for the big moment. Bring that moment about. Oh, cool. Cool compress. 10 HP and you're bleeding. It's your little tentacle buddy. Tickle him. It's your little tentacle buddy. Fresh briefcase sips atop the nice stand with a fresh note. SkylaWuzHere, congratulations on your successful shakedown. You'll be contacted with another request in due timeliness. DT. Briefcase full of meat. That's a lot of gabagool. Alright, let's sleep. That's a lot of gabagool. October 20th, 1902. My diary. Write today's entry. This diary is property of Margaret, age 9. All others gotta keep out under penalty of law. Dear diary. Yesterday, our dog Daisy died. Papa said it was bound to happen because she was older than me, which isn't old for a kid, but really old for a dog. He said we'll get a new dog soon, but I was sad anyway. Some birthday. At school today, the teacher asked what we want to be when we grow up. I'd say I'll be God, because then I can make sure all the dogs live a long time and always happy. Everyone laughed, and that jerk Billy Gribsley said a girl can't be God. So I said I'll be president instead, because that's nearly as good. He said a girl can't be president either. Well, I'll show him. I'm going to make all kinds of laws about being next to dogs, and I'll make it being a jerk illegal too, so Billy Grisby goes to jail and can't eat nothing but bread and water forever. So there. Your desk covered in Ocean City paperwork. Poindexter, your insufferable bean counter. See what he wants this time. What is it, Terrence? Madam Comptroller, I merely need your signature on these budget revisions. With this, the remainder of the funds currently allocated to the municipal services will be redirected to your shadow presidential campaign and your other projects. Sounds a bit obvious. Rest assured, I am only sparing you the details, which you have made quite clear to me that you find intolerably boring. The transactions will be meticulously observed through shell corporations, obscured through shell corporations, cutouts, offshore accounts, and the like. Alright, good. You better not be skimming or off the top then. Certainly not, Madam Comptroller. Sign the documents. One of your PR lackeys carefully trained to be just unafraid of you enough to tell you what not to say in public. Sure, the Shadow President. Alright. Attention, peons. Oh, jeez, you don't actually don't call them peons, ma'am, and please try for a less totalitarian tone generally. Right, so something like my fellow citizens, good evening. I, Margaret. That's weird. The levels went all funny when you said your last name. Don't worry about it. Hereby announced by candidacy for Shadow President. Vote for me or else. Oh, nope, sorry, ma'am. Nope. Ugh. Start by explaining who you are. Most of them probably don't pay attention to local politics. Alright. In my role as Ocean City's Comptroller, I have made it my mission to eliminate waste and graft. Make sure to eliminate waste and graft in the city's finances. I'm proud to say that I've been completely successful through my program of shutting down needlessly wasteful civic programs, thereby reserving your valuable taxpayer meat for the things that actually matter. Things like family, prosperity, actually matter. Things like mom, baseball, and apple pie. Pretty good, but if it isn't a cliche yet, it will be soon. Okay. How about things like family, prosperity, freedom? Perfectly meaningless? Love it. Okay, just a call to action, top it off, and we're done. Vote for me and I'll pay you 100. No. Vote for me is a vote for you. Oh, that's great. Just perfect. Good, is that all? Yes, we'll have the legal this message, blah blah blah, campaign for shadow president, stuff and post. Great, I'm out of here. Ugh, time travel makes me gutsish. Guy's a yokel even by the standards of his time. Time to grease the wheels. Mayor Burby, I presume. Yes, who are you? I'm here to speak of you about the Crystal Dream Valley, Valley Dam project. I want you to make the dam bigger, much more powerful. Here are some revised plans. A dam this large will flood the valley and displace hundreds of people. And besides, the dam as planned will provoke a perfectly adequate amount of power. Why would you need to make it bigger? How about the handshake agreement? What? I don't even know who you are. You want me to agree to this on a basis of my handshake? Specifically, I'm offering you the chance to shake hands with this hand and the handle of this large briefcase filled with meat. Oh yes, well no, yes, I think this new plan is quite viable. Good. Desk was carved from a single block of tedium, raw elements of form of boring work. There's sheep in your office. What the hell? Turns out that a lot of the president's time is spent on ceremonial bullcrap that no one actually cares about. Case in point, pardoning the Thanksgiving turkey. None of your aides know what a turkey looks like, apparently. Pardon the damn thing anyway. Your desk covered in policy documents, both benevolent and malign. There's a note here about going back in time and making the Crystal Dream Dam bigger. Gotta get on that eventually. Your ridiculous court wizard isn't taking the situation seriously. Make it clear to her what is required. Give me the progress report on the SIT thing. Have you taken care of the problem yet? Oh, it's so dreary and unfestive there. All that math and science. It isn't holly or jolly. Screw your damn theme. You're not a job at dealing with the medical issues. I won't have to do that. I won't have that do-gooding interrupt or messing around with the library. There's too much at stake. Get it dealt with, or I'm giving Klimbo's fragile holiday status to the frickin' groundhog. You wouldn't. Go! Get out of my office. 6 lockers. Some dumb jock kid you have to give a presidential fitness award to. Get it over with. Hey, good. How's it going? Hi. Brilliant. Alright. By the powers invested in me as the shadow president, here's an award for being able to climb a rope faster than most other kids, which is definitely important. This is a great use of my time. Thanks. So I give a speech? Whatever, I'm out of here. This miserable beast. Deal with him. Pleasant song, make rich. Yes, I know. And yes, you don't have to remind me of the turn to the 2-word agreement. You're keeping your people mean and hungry. Yes, warriors mean, warriors hungry. Good fighters. Good fighters. That's right. You're my ace in the hole. The stinking mud hole. If I need to use force, you better stay on top of things if you want your make rich. Keep everyone worshipping the Gator at the Gator Shrine too, but for God's sake don't mess with the stuff in the basement. If you screw anything up down there, I will turn you with a wallet. Get me? Nope, I get. Duty calls again, get it over with. Useless oaf. More than paperwork. How come no one told me it's being pleasant? It's all paperwork and talking to idiots. Sorry, ma'am, but the Omosh mess has got to be kept in line while we amass our powers. Yes, yeah. Fine, I hereby sign this order declaring July 12th National Blood and Circuses Day. All citizens get a complimentary dinner roll and free turn on the nearest suitable trapeze. Oh, ma'am, I ain't sure that. Who cares? Let Coolidge deal with it. What's even for anyway? This is all beneath me. Storm out. Hellstorm, what does he want? Alright, Hellstorm, let's hear your report. Everything's fine, Danny, ma'am. I don't rightly understand what the shadow energy stuff is. Or exactly why you so golden much of it. Well, the converters are spraying it out like slicker and grease mice out of a Gatling gun. With plenty of slag left over to press into those weird monsters you like. Finally, some good news. You'll meet the Project Deadline. Yep, so we'll need to expand but we'll need to expand the oil drilling operations some more. Need you to sign on this permit so we can expand it into lots. Sure, wait, 210, 240? Not the problem. My family's farm is 223. Well, ma'am, if you're wanting on your weird black juice, we gotta get at the regular black juice out of the ground first. Alright, fine. Sorry, Grandpa. Enough of this. What the hell was that? Oh my... Ugh. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Pretend to fight it. Very fisticuffs. Awesome. Nah, you've already gone. Dang it. We got a signal. Wait. We got a signal from a We got a signal from a signal. Wait. We've got a signal from a sickle. You know, the farming tool thing. It's over at Gray County somewhere. Mostly nothing but farms there, but there's a store that's been open since forever. The owner's name is Jasper. He knows Murray. He'll probably help you out. Here's a map. A Gray County placement map. This is a dinner placement. Literally has a map of the county right in the middle of it. Oh, I'm just impressed that you found a way to give me an actual map while still also giving me a thing that isn't a map. Oh gosh. There's a note called on T. Called him up that. Upon auditorily processing the alert bell from the telephonic device, I have entered it. Come on, Don, dial it back a notch. As it is you who have dialed my number, I do not entirely understand this request Miss Heaven sent. Alright. Well, anyway, what do you need? Our observations have reported that you have or will soon become operational within Polcam, and the locus of education known as the Seaside Institute of Technology. Is this another shakedown? I'm not going to put the screws on the entire university for you. This will not be necessary. We are not in competitiveness with relationship with this academical institution. No kidding. The specific task we require you is too sensitive to communicate to you in a telephonical manner. Proceed to the lunch on a vision ships, whereupon you will meet one of our operatives, who is known by the sub of request Greasy Steve. You recognize him by... No, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I'll know him when I see him. Then fortuitous chance on your objective. Right, so that's where I'm going to call today's episode, everyone. I know it's like slightly on the shorter end, but we got some progress. We found Charles again, and just more confusing dream sequences. We know there's a shadow president now. Well, I have no idea. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.